Call the meeting to order at 6:46, the ID4 meeting. Hi, people. We have very little to do tonight. We have to approve our warning. Oh, wait. We have to approve the agenda first, which is just to do our warning and talk about our annual meeting.
I move we approve the agenda.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, good. Opposed? Anyone? No, good.
have me
We're
abstain,
good.
yeah.
All right, so here's a copy of the warning. To act upon the treasurer's and auditor's report. And we have to elect people, even though I don't think we are having another annual meeting, but in case there's a meeting called by the district for some quirky reason.
Okay.
We have to have a moderator and a clerk and a treasurer for our final 10 months. And then transact any business. We don't have a budget or anything else to do. So this is the warning for our annual meeting, which is March 5th at 4 p.m. at the Mary Hogan School. Room to be determined.
Cake will be served.
Cake will be served. We will have cake. Can I have a motion to approve the warning, unless anybody sees anything
So moved.
wrong?
Why does it say we're electing 4 school directors? I thought we had 3 people who were up
Oh.
this year.
That is a good question. Yeah. I don't think we have 4 to elect.
Lorraine
Is-
and me and Victoria,
But is
right?
Elaine, was she filling in for, did Billy have what was her term? I can't remember. She didn't have to rerun for the rest of his term or whatever.
Right.
Was
did
it
we
Billy's
appoint
term
her?
that she appointed? We appointed her too?
Uh,
We did appoint her, but
Well, who else would it have been?
Right, it was
Yeah, it
because
must have been
Billy
Billy.
ran or something.
oh, it was
or-
because nobody ran for Billy's seat.
Oh,
right,
okay,
that's right.
so-
It was nobody ran, so we appointed her right after.
So
did
she would, if that was a 3-year term at the time, it should still be. in
Yeah,
effect.
Yeah.
that's true.
I think it's only 3.
Yep, probably.
Although,
Okay.
wasn't there that funny thing that when you appoint someone, it's only until the next election cycle, remember?
So we've
Well-
never done that though.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
But,
so I'll get this clarified.
Yeah.
So let's approve it with 3 or 4. I'll clarify it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it's 3, we'll fix it. If it's 4, we'll keep it.
I
And I'll,
left my petition in the car because I'm doing a good job
Oh,
of collecting signatures,
I've got
and I was
mine.
going
I
to have
have
everybody
mine.
sign it tonight,
Okay.
and I
okay.
didn't
Um,
really. Oh well.
All right, yeah, it's not due till the 30th of January, so you still have some
I
time.
know.
Okay, so
You may have to appoint me though if I can get it.
I'm sure you'll be able to.
you'll be fine. You can also stand up at town meeting and say, just write me in if you don't get it. But you can do it. All right, so a motion to approve the warning with the caveat that we'll check on the 3 or 4.
So moved.
Okay, all those in favor?
I
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, awesome. So, annual meeting preparation. We picked our time last meeting, the March 5th.
Oh, I was going to ask about that. I thought it was rather odd.
Yeah, you weren't actually at that
Right.
meeting, yeah. So we discussed, we didn't want to have it the same day as our town meeting because we don't really have anything to do and we
Yeah.
wanted to kind of have a party.
Yep.
So we talked about Saturday, but there was a concern that families are so busy on Saturdays with sports and kid activities that they might not come. So we picked later on Sunday so that people, if it's a good ski day, could get off the slopes and come.
Okay.
And you can still go to church in the morning if you go to church and still come to the meeting. So that was our logic around that. And kind of having, taking care of the very little business that we have to take care of. Maybe honoring a couple people who I don't want to say on camera because I kind of want to surprise them, but some people who've been really important to ID4 over the years, having a little sort of celebration of the school district, and then having cake and a final farewell. That was kind of the plan.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. I've already been in touch. Our moderator is Jim Douglas. I've been in touch with him. He has it on his calendar. I've been in touch with a couple other people that I want to make sure are there. I plan to invite all of the former board members that I can think of. So especially you, Lorraine, if you could email me, just like brainstorm a list of people who.
Is there not a list at the town clerk?
Well, we've had
Usually-
old minutes
Yeah.
and stuff too,
Yeah.
but I certainly can, I was thinking actually of the different ones I'd served with throughout
Yeah.
my many millennium.
Usually, I got a list a few years ago from Mary Longy,
Yeah.
and I will use that list. But you
Yeah.
know, there's always a few people who I'm like, oh, I forgot about that person.
Yeah.
And just trying to get them to come and
Yeah.
just give a shout out to all of our predecessors.
And Bonnie.
Party?
And Bonnie.
And Bonnie and principals who are around. And for teachers, definitely let your staff know. We'd love to have teachers there and retired teachers and people, you know, obviously I'll invite, what's his name? A former clerk. Blanking on your name. Sorry,
You mean Ken
Ken
Prine?
Prine. Sorry, Ken. And other people like that. So I was going to do an Evite kind of thing. Does that sound okay?
Just a pin down number.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also just obviously it's public and anybody can come even if you don't get the Evite. But just any other
Put something in the
ideas?
paper?
Yeah, put something in the paper, write a letter to the editor from the board maybe.
Yep.
Okay. Any other ideas?
Sounds
The one question that we still have outstanding that Tom and I were talking about beforehand is that there's a fencing tournament scheduled for our gymnasium, both of our gymnasiums that day. And so the question is, and they've apparently done some advertising already and don't
Yeah.
want to move. So the question is, do we think the music room is big enough?
Can we
Sure.
come in? That will hold 50. It could hold a few more than that.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's gonna be very casual. It's not like it's gonna be a,
Yeah, people can probably
people
stand
can
up. We don't
stand,
need to have-
mingle. I mean, yeah, it's not like we're really doing
Does the
much.
media center hold any more than that?
Yeah, I was thinking about the library as well, but.
So the library could work as well.
But we'd have to move some
Have to move a lot of
Yeah,
furniture around.
I think the music room's a better spot.
Acoustically, the music room is the better of those two spaces. The library ends up being a good space for 30 or 40 on the one side, but the music
Yeah.
room is a little bit bigger than that, and we probably have a little more. We might be able to do more with the items that are in there to accommodate.
I think the music
Yeah, I
room.
think
But
it's
we regularly
Okay.
we regularly have 40 faculty members there, and it doesn't feel
Okay.
crowded.
And we don't have to set up chairs. People can
Yeah.
stand.
Stand.
and-
Yeah.
Is this good date for you? Can you guys be there? MCTV? All right. You get cake. March 5th. Okay, so we'll go with music room. And maybe we can do like the voter check-in thing or in the hallway, do like a
Sure, move that to
welcome
the hall.
table and do it in the hallway so that people, okay.
Thank you.
So I'll be in touch with you guys about party planning because that's kind
Okay.
of how I'm looking at it.
Yep.
And let me know if you have ideas or people that you remember that we should invite. Okay. The final thing is other business, and I just wanted to follow up since we have you here on the food service thing. So at the last meeting, Lorraine, you weren't there, but we had a discussion about some complaints, frankly, close to home complaints from some students that they weren't getting enough of a big enough portion in their lunches, and so they were getting hungry like mid-afternoon after lunch. And Tom investigated it and sort of verified that some of the portions are not as big for especially our older students. So it was really like a 4th, 5th, 6th grade kind of issue. And I actually went and had lunch at Mary Hogan and surveyed some of the kids. And apparently there's a difference in portion sizes depending on who they get served by. So the kids know who gives them bigger
Well,
portions.
That's good. So then if you
Yes.
want a bigger portion, you go on
Yeah.
that line.
But I'm wondering if you have what your follow-up is on that, because I was going to write a letter on behalf of the board, but I've held back because I've talked to Tom and I've talked to Peter about it, and wanted to see what you guys were.
So I emailed Nina, our rep from Cafe Services, and asked that she would come and could speak with the board or come and talk to some members of the board and just explain what their portion policy or their portion practices are and how much leeway we have in adjusting those.
Okay. It seems to me, I did a quick review of the regs. It seems to me that they're using minimum
Minimums.
rather than, you know, they can go higher and they're using the minimum proportions.
So, and it would be, I think it would be good for her to come and speak to that specifically, because there may be, we were talking about bumping the protein
Yeah.
portion in general. But I think they still have to work within a calorie cap, but it would be good to have someone from Cafe Services who understands the
Okay.
regs.
Or Abby.
Talk to us about, I'm sorry,
Abby group.
Abby group,
Yeah.
to talk about that.
So maybe at our next meeting, we can schedule that, which is the first, I think it's February 6th.
February 6th?
Yeah, the ID4 meeting board is, well, that's an ACSD meeting. I think it's also an
I
ID4.
have on my calendar ID4 board meeting and carousel meeting that night.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Okay.
I have that in my calendar.
The other thing we were gonna do at that meeting was we have to, I'll get you all a draft of the McJilton Fund resolution that talks about that this board and the ACSD board should approve to make sure the McJilton Fund sticks with ID4 and the Mary Hogan School.
Yep.
I'm wondering if you've gotten what you need from McJilton this year, because we are not doing the regular process. Should I reach out to the bank people and make sure, how is that working?
It's, you know, I know what our cap, I know what our do not expend, or the amount that we've been directed to.
No, for this following budget year,
Oh, no.
because usually we budget it around this time. So I'll get
So I
with
don't have
Josh and
that.
ask him about that, because
He
he
can
should.
start giving us quarters of information to do the calculation.
Yeah,
And we had there was some slight difference because of the numbers from one of the quarters
yeah,
from the past year. Didn't, because it was the 12th, it didn't
Right.
seem like it mattered a bunch. It was the 12th. But it'd be good to get that cleared up too, so we know
Yep.
we know what the amount is that we are to spend. The budget's, the policy's pretty clear on that.
yeah. And then you were gonna have we were gonna have a presentation from some of our specialist teachers,
Right.
and
So-
what was the other thing?
We talked about
Loop.
the looping is another, so I'm going to be reaching out to parents, allow them to respond to a poll about their feelings about the pros and cons of looping.
Okay,
And we're going to visit the subject as a faculty on the next early release day.
okay,
And we're also going to involve students, 5th and 6th graders, we thought, to talk about what their experiences have been and try and come up with an appropriate way of getting feedback from 5th and 6th grade students. And we actually have an interesting sample in there, because we'll have some students who, for a 3-year cycle, had 3 different teachers, albeit they're remembering back when they were 7, 8, 9, or 6, 7, 8, or whatever it was. But we're going to try and involve student voice in that as
that'd be
well.
great. Okay. All right. So, and I want to set up a meeting with you and Peter to make sure we get all the agenda items that we talked about, because we're running out of time. All right, anything else you guys can think of? Okay, motion to adjourn?
No?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.